Hello, for this oracle card reading at the end of 2022 on the threshold of a new year 2023. It is my pleasure to read the card you have chosen. My name is Katinka Soetens and I am a ceremonialist for the Crone Goddess Conference, she who is Lady of the Otherworld. And I've chosen for us the Symbolon deck, which is a very particular deck, unlike other oracle cards that really look into the future. This is a deck that looks backwards. A deck of remembrance, a deck of soul imagery and symbolism that speaks to our psyche, and also a deck that uses astrology. Now, I am not very skilled in astrology, so I am not interpreting the cards from the astrological point of view. I'm going to just be talking about the imagery and what this card may tell us about the lessons from 2022, about any unconscious places that we need to be really aware of as we step forwards into the new year, into 2023, and what we may want to create in the world, how we may want to manifest in the world. So thank you for choosing this card out of the 3 options that there were for you. And this card is the card of invisibility, speechlessness or silencing, as well as the keeping of secrets and the choosing of inner balance. This is a very beautiful card, I think, if we're looking at the challenges of 2022 and the possible lessons that this year may have given us. It's really about the inner landscape. So where are you feeling silenced, and where would you like to silence others, as well as where do you disown and make invisible parts of yourself that really are asking from the silent presence, the still beautiful presence of the great guardian beings who walk with us, to be brought into consciousness, to be embraced or to be held the hand of, so that we may walk with an inner core of stillness into the future. So if we're looking in reflection onto the year 2022, you might really see how the world has not responded to your best efforts, how chaos has conspired against you, how all your projects may not have worked out the way you would have wished them to have been, how your words have been misinterpreted or twisted, have been deliberately misconstrued, how you feel that you can't actually explain what you really want to say, or when you're trying so hard to keep going on a battery that's kind of empty already after the previous years and what we have gone through collectively and individually. How can you put that into words? How can you actually express your deepest inner needs? What are those inner needs? When you are ready to really embrace that you are actually not in control the chaos of the world, does that make you want to disappear into feelings of uselessness? Does it make you switch off and withdraw, closing yourself off into a disinterest to life around you? Survival mode often switches us into that state of disinterest, of disconnection, of disassociation. But this card also shows us that 2022 has given us the opportunity to find an inner stillness, an inner core of beingness, a golden treasure, a rainbow presence of our true self, or in the finding of parts of us that we have disowned and made invisible, silenced, if you like, within ourselves, often parts in some form of opposition that we don't like to look at, as we think of ourselves in certain ways. Where are the opposites? Have you made friends? Are you ready to hold the hand of those parts of yourself? And then on the outer levels, there's really this how we show up in relationships. How do we betray trust? How do we break the silence of secrets entrusted to us? How do we spin and rewrite history to suit our own purpose, to make ourselves look or feel better? Whereas the reality may actually be that we need to take at least some of the shadow that we experienced as chaos, as disenchantment in the outside world, onto our own shoulders of responsibility. Carry them from a place of inner stillness, that still inner core. Because really, if you are no longer interested in what other people say about you, think about you, and you have reached that inner core, which is held through the gateway, the rainbow portal of wisdom that the Crone goddess holds for us. Yeah, she doesn't need an explanation. She doesn't need you to tell her how hard it's been or how much you've tried. She knows this already. And she's there guiding you and supporting you. She's got your back. She's got your back to walk forwards onto a golden path, a rainbow-colored path. That is not about how you are perceived, but that is about a deep inner knowing of who you truly are. So I think this card is a very beautiful threshold card for us, speaking of the Crone wisdom at this changing point of the year, where we are at the end of the old year 2022, looking forwards into 2023 and what that year of the Crone Goddess Conference may bring us. Thank you very much for choosing this card for us all. It certainly resonates deeply with myself, and I hope it does with you too. I wish you all blessings for a beautiful change of year, for a beautiful start of a new cycle, for a beautiful inner place of stillness from which we may act as love in action, as the great beings who walk with us, instruct us and guide us to do. May we all be blessed by the Crone Goddess and her wisdom of this season. Blessed be, and thank you.